Hi, I'm Brenda Henderson. Welcome to Petals from the Basket, where we are currently walking through the Psalms and reading 5 Psalms a day, starting with the day of the month and adding 30 until we run out of Psalms. Today we would read Psalm chapter 19, chapter 49, 79, 109, and 139. I want us to look briefly this morning at Psalm 19. Psalm 19 starts with descriptions of God's glory and majesty as we see it in creation and the earth all around us. But in verse 7, the psalmist begins to describe God's word, which is so precious to him. And I think during these months of quietness and being at home more frequently, I have come to treasure the comfort and peace and calm and consistency that God's word provides. Psalm 19:7 starts with a description of God's word. It uses a word to tell us what God's word is, and then it uses another descriptive adjective to describe that word. He follows up his descriptions with a verb form that tells us what that element of God's word does for us. You'll see what I mean. The law of the Lord, his description in that term, is perfect. That's the adjective that describes it. Reviving the soul, the verb form that tells us what that element of God's word does for us. So think of that as I read through. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is your servant warned. In keeping them, there is great reward. What power, strength, comfort, joy there is in God's word. What do you need today? It's in God's word. He provides it. He will enlighten your eyes. He will rejoice your heart. And because of that, the psalmist can finish this psalm with verse 14, which states, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer." Because of God's word, because of what it teaches us, because of the changes it brings in our lives, because of the growth it allows in our hearts, the words that pour out of our hearts, the meditations that dwell in our minds can be acceptable in God's sight. He is your rock, your redeemer. Let his word guide you today. As always, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel so that you can know when we have a new video up. But that choice is yours. So if you want to, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you here tomorrow morning at 6:45.